Peace, beloved. It is Jen from the Crystal Maven once again. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel and watching this video today. Today is your weekly energy read for the week of January the 13th through January the 19th. Okay, so, beloved, last week, huh? It was what it was. Everything that happened needed to happen in good and perfect timing. Just so happens that a lot of things need to happen in short amounts of time here lately. Now, if you have been setting your intentions, you've been working your magic, you've been going with the energy, not trying to fight against it, then maybe you don't feel like you need your mommy in a blanket right now. Okay. And still standing strong, still letting the energy flow. However, I know if you listen to me, any astrologer, any other card reader last week was like, look, shit's happening. Get ready. Okay. And most definitely, last week there was a lot going on. As a matter of fact, continuing on into this next week coming up, there will most definitely still be planetary shifts, a lot of energy moves taking place that are going to impact the energy below and above. As we talked about, Gaia is also, she busy. Miss Thing is doing what it is that she need to do out here in these streets for her greatest and highest. Can I get an amen? Okay. And beloved, once again, we are smack dab in the middle. Okay. We're changing vibration. We're changing densities. We're rising up, beloved. Those timelines, those dimensions, whichever way that you choose to, look at it, or your perspective on how we all just exist on this beautiful planet in this, 3D dimension, hearing it, smelling it, tasting it, touching it, all of that good stuff. But those things are happening, beloved. That is what is happening. The timelines are splitting, our dimensions are raising, people are choosing what reality it is that they would like to experience, and it's happening. Okay, so this week coming up, I already have the cards pulled. I really want to do this reading from the angle of the table like I did the pick a cards, because I want you guys to see this spread. There's something very important in this spread that I want to point out to you. Okay, but this week, beloved, see how I just did that? That's this week. That's this week that is coming up, beloved. Okay, just there it is right there. Okay. Like I said, still things going on. They're still pushing out, pulling in. There are still actions that need to be taken on your behalf. There's also, I guess you could say, rest or breath or a step back that also needs to be taken on your end, so that other things can happen around that without your help, because it's not needed. And just, it's looking like this week is going to help us balance a little bit more into this energy of getting our shit together. So let's go ahead, look at the cards. I'm going to do my best to get you at an angle so that you can see this spread, and we're going to get into it, beloved. Okay, beloved. So I hope that you guys are not crooked, but this was the best angle that I could get with the lighting that we have. So this is how we're going to flow. All right. So one of the most important things that I wanted to show you guys with this layout, and I know that you can't read everything on it, but hopefully you can see where we have 2 new moons, followed by a full moon, followed by 2 new moons. And I feel like that just speaks so much to the energy of this week coming up. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Then also the middle card represents the pretty much the theme of the entire layout. So intersecting here and here, we have the breath card. Okay, beloved. What? Yes. Woo! let's go ahead and have a moment. Let's have a moment. So I'm feeling like this row here, I'm feeling like this column here is most definitely going to be where we are going to need to focus for this upcoming week. It's most definitely going to play a huge part in us moving away from where we are now into the guidance and the advice, and then going into what it is that Spirit wants us to know towards the end. Okay, so let's start from the beginning, shall we? First card up, okay? First card up, the Moonology deck. Okay, work through your fears, all right? Second card up, it's time to give rather than take, New Moon in Virgo, all right? We have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. We have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. And then we also have it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. Okay, so, beloved, last week was a week of epiphanies, aha moments. Last week was a ripping off of the Band-Aid. And it may have felt cold. It may have felt heartless. It may have felt like, well, damn, does anybody even care about, what it is that I've been doing, or like what I've already done, what I've already put toward this. Now it's just like, no, like, you need to change this, change that, all of this other stuff, right? Beloved, I think that the fear that we need to work through more than anything else, more than any programming that we have, more than any mindset, actually it is a mindset situation, but more than any mindset that we may have gained from someone else is our fear of being wrong, our fear of having to let go, especially when it's something that we have been working on. When you've expended so much energy, so much time, so much of your life revolves around this thing, this person, this place that you have been working on. And it just seems like it's just being systematically taken away from you. Then to you, that registers as something wrong. Beloved, we have the decisions and the actions that we take, and then we have how we feel about the decisions and the actions that we take. And follow me here, okay? Because the decisions and the actions that you take are one thing, but then you have to deal with how you feel about it, what your programming is about it, what your mindset is about it, okay? And we tend to have I don't know. It just seems like pure instinct. I'm sure it's programming, but we seem to have this pure instinct of when we feel as though we've made a decision that we are supposed to make, or we didn't make a decision in the way that we were supposed to, either way that it goes, we still have that judgment that we heap on top of yay or nay, yes or no, right or left. Okay. And it's enough to have to deal with, making life-changing decisions, going against the grain, or if you've been going against the grain, making the decision to maybe change up a couple of actions and do some things that may be a bit outside of what other people define your character as. Okay. And we have to deal with that already, beloved. Seriously, the judgment, no, it's not needed. It's not needed. You already have so much to deal with. Taking the extra time to beat yourself over the head, it's not necessary. It just most definitely is not necessary. And right now I'm looking at the love and compassion card in this column directly under it. Beloved, love and compassion. Honestly, this is a time where you are going to be changing a lot of things about yourself, your mindset, the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak to other people, how it is that you're choosing to live your life. Like, this will be the perfect time to have a midlife crisis. Just like, seriously. And then you could just blame it on that. When people start being like, oh, you was acting funny, be like, yeah, girl, I had a midlife crisis. Whatever. Beloved, the permission the permission that you need, the compassion, the love. I feel like I said this before in a previous video. I probably have. Give it to yourself, beloved. Give yourself the permission to make the changes in your life that are for you. Love on yourself. Give yourself the compassion. Give yourself the love. Give yourself the pats on the back. Nobody else knows what you're doing, beloved. Nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody knows the inner struggle. No one knows. So make sure that the one that does know is the one that has your back. Okay? All right. Now, it's time to give rather than take. I have been seeing this card, the new moon in Virgo, come up a lot in my own personal card pulls, as well as a few here and there for the collective. You know, beloved, I honestly feel like, I really, really do. I honestly feel like this is the time for you to give others the opportunity to present their authentic truths. This is really what it is that I am feeling like. A lot of times, especially if we are on the path ourselves, which I know everyone watching this video is, but when we are on the path ourselves, especially singling out my intuitive empaths, we have this tendency to go above and beyond to make things right, to make a situation right, to balance energy, to create the space around us that we would prefer, especially when it's dealing with other people and, you know, situations, people that, you know, people that we like, people that we love, you know, anyone else. But we are usually the first, and I say we are usually the first to apologize. You know, even if we know that we didn't do, you know, anything wrong to anyone else, but we're usually the first ones to apologize. We're usually the first ones to go on ahead and make this situation feel more comfortable for you, because we already know, okay, this is a situation where I was triggered, they were triggered, this happened, this happened, this happened. These are things that we already know because this is the work that we've been doing. We're running through these things in our mind, and we're understanding exactly what's going on while these things are happening. But at some point, beloved, at some point, we have to let other people be responsible for their own energies. And like I said, I've been seeing this come up a lot. And you think a time to give rather than take means, oh, you know, give, you know what I mean? Just more love, more compassion, more, you know, all of these things. And I think that for those of us who have just been, you know, taking the responsibility of the conversation, of the energy in the room, of, you know, just these things that we try to make everyone feel better, which is what it is that we do. Even if it's from a selfish standpoint, because it is, you know, what it is, the energy and the vibration that we would prefer to be in. It's the type of conversation that we would prefer to have, which is easy flowing, give, take, you know. And we may be dealing with others. They may even be loved ones that are not on that same wavelength, that are not doing the work. And like I said before, you know, it comes a point where you need to give them the opportunity to rise up. Honestly, beloved, I mean, that's just what I'm feeling from there. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on. All right. So, the middle column right here. So, beloved, A fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. Now, pay attention. We have full moon in Aries and new moon in Aries. Okay, so we have both. All right, and then we have that encasing new moon Capricorn. All right, so whoo. All right. So with a fiery climax approaching, okay, I'm just gonna go on ahead and because some of these cards, the way that they're read, it just reads easier if I just go down that column while I'm reading this specific row. So when the fiery climax approaches, we have the breath card, break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Okay, beloved. Now, the last couple of weeks, it's been coming up. Releasing what no longer serves. Releasing what no longer serves. Releasing what no longer serves. Okay. And for a lot of us, I am just seeing like this entire, it seems like this entire read, like honestly, is dealing with us and how we relate. Just in period. How we're relating to ourselves, how we're relating to other people, how we're relating to our lives, okay? This just seems like this is just us and how we relate. That might be the, that might actually be the, the title of the video. But a fiery climax approaches, breathe, breaking the chains. Okay. So, beloved, y'all know we just had the full moon eclipse. All right. I just keep, every time I go to say something, I'm just like, because that is exactly what it is, beloved. It's okay. While I'm looking at this column here, I'm being drawn, like I'm being drawn this way. So when a fiery climax approaches, okay, this week during any time, all right, beloved, activate the love and compassion. Activate the love and compassion and put it on blast. Activate the love and compassion and put it on blast. Okay? Honestly, do that. Boom. Activate the love and compassion. Put it on blast. Breathe, beloved. Okay? Breathe. Because because I mean, this might be getting a little specific, but you know, there may be, you might have to work through some fears of giving, you might, okay, just getting a little specific here, but you might have to work through some fears on giving someone else the opportunity for them to be able to step up and, you know, contribute to, once again, to your healing. I mean, you know, you may be dealing with someone that you're going through this with, you know what I mean? Once again, breaking the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Sometimes when we are dealing with those ancestral patterns, when we are trying to break these chains, when we're trying to break these chains, Lord, okay. All right. Sometimes, you know, we don't feel like, it's not so much that we fear, we just don't feel like dealing with it. But beloved, it's the time. It's time to give the opportunity for someone else to, you know, if you want to heal with me, if you want to be a part of my life, if you want to contribute to the forward moving of my life, your life, our family, our relationship, our connection, then I'm gonna need for you to step up. I'm going to need for you to take some responsibility, some action, something from your end. It cannot always be you, beloved. It cannot. Yes, it is your healing, but if it is something that you are trying to include someone else in, you're trying to take someone else with you. And notice, beloved, we are in that time, we are in that energy where those things that cannot come with us are being moved over to the side. Okay. So a fiery climax approaches. When that happens, come on now. It's not that we can't give. It's not that we can't give, you the time, not you. It's not that we can't give other people the time and space to come up without love and compassion. Okay? It's not that we can't, but once again, we have a fiery climax approaching. And when you have a fiery climax approaching, beloved, if you're not engaged and activated from the heart, if you're not speaking your truth, if you're not speaking from your heart, if you're not speaking from that one place that tells the truth, no matter how the truth feels, no matter how vulnerable it feels, no matter how scary it is, no matter that one place where the truth is always told and the ego does not live, then you're going to be sabotaging. If you're not doing that, then you're going to be sabotaging. You're going to be speaking from a place of competition, ego, going against you. And that's not the conversations that you want to have. You want to have the conversations of, I am trying to do this with you. Please do this with me. I feel this way. Would you please talk to me? Can we come to a middle ground? Can I give you that place and that space to show me that you care? Okay? All right. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn, and it is time to take action. New moon in Aries. Okay, beloved. Okay. And it just is. It is time. And let's just go back to this. Your hard work is paying off. Your hard work is most definitely paying off. All of this work and transition and letting go and bringing in it. Yes, beloved, most definitely. It is not in vain. Please understand, which is the main reason why when a fiery climax approaches, beloved, no matter who it's with, no matter if it's with your boss, no matter if it's with your friend, no matter if it's with your mother. We just had the full moon eclipse in Cancer that struck a lot of mommy issues and a lot of people, okay? And that's fine because Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. That's where we get our safety, our security, our mothering, and all of that other good stuff, okay? So it's completely fine, all right? Beloved, love, compassion, okay? If it might be with you, okay? And yes, yes, that fiery climax that approaches, it may be a situation between you and yourself, and we'll get a little bit deeper into that, okay? So on the second row, we have love and compassion, activation, breath, stillness, and solitude. Okay, beloved. I like that. So we have the love and compassion, activation, just yes. Whew. This is the road that's making me feel like, okay. Okay, so beloved, we're going ahead, we activate that love and compassion. That's going to give us that space. It's going to give us that space to breathe. And the reason why it's going to give us that space to breathe is because, once again, like I said, when you are speaking your 100% authentic truth, you're not speaking from a place of, I'm going to win. I'm speaking over you. Don't interrupt me. I'm right, you're wrong. when we're speaking from that place, all that does is create more turmoil, more situation, more conversations that need to be had. Okay? When you're speaking from the place where there is no ego, where there is 100% truth, and yes, it may be a lot of feelings, but those feelings are true and they are yours. They belong to you. Okay? And when we go to express these things from that place, all right, then that frees up all of that energy, all of that heavy, dense, stagnant energy. It frees it up. And then we're just in the forest with all of the okay, energy is no longer running rampant. Now there is stillness. Now there is stillness. Now there is space to breathe. Solitude, okay? You're able to come together with yourself, all right? You're able to come together with yourself. You're able to kick everybody else off the fucking island. You're able to kick your ego off the island, your cynicism off the island, your negative self-talk off the island. You're able to kick all of that energy that's bouncing around in your head, creating scenarios, all of these things like this. You're able to kick everybody off the fucking island and have some fucking peace. Okay? It starts here. It starts here. All right. All right. I love it. I love it. And I also love how the activation card is directly after it. Boom, boom. Just like do it. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. The Work Your Lat Oracle deck. Do I still have the cards in frame? Because all right. We have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Dance with life. Do something to change your energy, okay? Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Mirror, mirror. Who or what? I want y'all to see this one. Who or what is triggering you? Okay. Council of the Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Helpers in the subtle realms. Okay. Beloved, I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, where are you being called to journey to and dance with life? Do something to change your energy. Most definitely, beloved. Most definitely. Like I said before, the last couple of weeks leading up until this week have been very trying. There's been a lot going on. I know I told you guys before, I felt like I was literally being split in half, like honestly, and maybe even more than half, maybe like some thirds or something. But, like I said before, we deal with the actions, the motions, the decisions that we make. And then we also deal with how we feel about it, how we're judging it, and the self-talk. Okay. Change up that energy, beloved. Change up that energy. Everything that you've already done, and you made the correct decision because you made the decision. It's correct because you made it. Okay? It doesn't matter what it is that you choose. You are going to end up where it is that you need to be. Okay? And as long as that is your forward-most and upfront intention, then so mote it be. All right? So we have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future, and mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Now, beloved, okay, I'm honestly feeling like this is not 50-50. It's not 50-50. It's more like a 60-40 situation, but 60-40, you're triggering yourself or there's someone else triggering you. 60% you're triggering yourself. 40% there's someone else triggering you. And the reason that I say you're triggering yourself is because, beloved, it still hasn't set in for some people that we have just entered into a completely new decade. And even if you don't know how, astrology works, or the planetary shifts, or the zodiacs, or the moon cycles, even if you don't know how any of that works, just the transition and the rollover into a new decade means that there is just some 100% brand new shit popping off. Okay? And we cannot expect to live in this new energy space with the old mindset, the old energy, or the old just paradigm. It's not going to happen. And so there are a lot of things that are switching up and changing, and you're still feeling the same way about some things. And it's not that way anymore. And so, not because of anything that's actually happening, but because of the way that you are feeling, because of how things have went before, because of things that have happened before, conversations that were had before, situations, maybe you tried something before, it didn't work, and you was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Beloved, this is a completely new decade. Whatever it is that you feel like you may have tried, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. This is a completely new you, new decade, new energy flow. I think I heard one of the astrologers that I follow say that this exact energy lineup that has been going on since we've come into this decade will probably not happen again during our lifetimes. Like, beloved, there's some new shit popping off. Okay, so you need to get on board. You most definitely do. I mean, the hard work has been paying off, and we're supposed to be reading from you gotta go where you're called. Okay, the hard work is paying off. Okay, and it's time to take action. It's time to take action, beloved. It's time to take action and work through your fears. Okay, beloved, this is completely fine. Nothing is going to happen. If you need to make up a whole new you, that's completely fine. Remember, this is divine orchestration. You have help in subtle realms. I know that this is hitting a lot of people hard. It's, becoming an issue. Once again, like I said, perfect time to have a midlife crisis. Go for it. You know what I mean? But, beloved, you have help. You have help. Your spirit guides are still here. Okay, it ain't, the spirit guides ain't got brand new. Okay, your spirit guides are still here. Your ancestors are still here. The divine and the tribe, they're still on your side. Your earth angels are still here. Those who are walking this planet in the purpose of serving you and walking your path. Okay, you have help, beloved. You are not alone. Just because those that you may be, surrounded with, through your own choice or not through your own choice, just because it's not being understood, specifically where it is that you are, doesn't mean that other people don't understand, doesn't mean that you don't give yourself the benefit of the doubt, and doesn't mean that you give them the opportunity to rise up. Okay? All right? Beloved, I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let me look one more time, see if there's anything else that I wanted to touch on. I'm being called to the give rather than take again. With the give rather than take, down this column, we had the wind, the activation, and then do something different to change your energy. I feel like this also has to deal with us just taking those old mindsets. Yes, how we relate. Okay, all right, I'm getting it, y'all. I'm getting it. See, yes, boom, we're here, beloved, we're here. Okay. Yes, once again, mindsets, those old mindsets, breaking the chains, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Okay. Yes, but it's time for the It's time for the mindset to change. It's time for the mindset to change. It's time for the energy to change. It's time for it to change with others also. And all of your energy has to be 100% devoted and focused on doing what it is that you need to do. This is the opportunity for those in your life, you know, those who are around you on a regular basis, family members, those who want to be a part of your life, to going ahead and show and prove. And it's not so much like it's an ultimatum, it's time. This is the time frame that we're in right now. This is what it is that we're going through. These are the transitions that we're making. And so it's time for that. It's time for us to get this new energy going, for us to change over these mindsets, for us to start talking to ourselves and others from the space of where the ego is not, okay? So that we could go on ahead and activate that space, that open space, that air that I keep being like this row here is just life, y'all. This row here is just life after the week we just had. Come on. Okay. So just make sure, beloved, make sure that you are giving that love and that compassion, that love and that compassion, that love and that compassion. Rose quartz. I keep thinking rose quartz, rose quartz, rose quartz, rose quartz, rose quartz. Okay, most definitely. If you do not have any rose quartz, or if you need to purchase some, I have rose quartz bracelets, necklaces, and actual hunks of rose quartz that they're about this big. As a matter of fact, you know what? Give me 1 second. I'll show you. Okay, beloved. So on my website, oh my Lord, that I am me and this light. Oh my goodness. So on my website, I do have rose quartz bracelets. This is just one of the oh, that's better. This is just one of the designs that I have. And I also have some rose quartz hunks. Okay, so if you want to get your self-love on, I love rose quartz. It's most definitely a stone for the heart, but it does so much for so many other chakras. And of course, you know, you can't see the, oh, that's very close to the actual pink that it is. And I have smaller ones also. So if you need to get your rose quartz on, by all means, the website is up and functional as of when we're talking now. So by all means, beloved, if you would like to give your testimony on how you survived last week, I would love to hear that. Trust and believe I would. Trust and believe I would. So beloved, have an amazing week. Remember to breathe. And remember to breathe. And remember how to get to that space to open up for you to be able to. Okay? All right. If you are not subscribed to this YouTube channel, by all means, beloved, join the tribe and catch the vibes, my friend. And if you are not following me at my social media domicile, which is The Crystal Maven, on Instagram and The Crystal Maven US on Facebook, then by all means, please come on over. Once again, the tribe is amazing. It's awesome. And we'd love to have you be a part of it. Love to have you be a part of it. Come contribute some good vibes. We can all use that. If you would like to book a private reading with me, that information will also be up at the bottom of the screen. Private readings are open again. Yay! So we're getting back into that. So glad to somewhat be back to normal. All right, beloved. I love you. Have an amazing day.